Islam, shalom, hola, aloha, bonjour, osio, assalamu alaikum. This your brother Zach Bay, Indigenous American Moor, coming to you live in full effect. Like, share, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell down below so you can be notified whenever I'm dropping new content. Leave a comment, interact with me. Thank you, I really do appreciate your viewership. Let's jump into another one. Back at it again, Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition. Have a few definitions for your dome piece. So let's jump into it. Hopefully everything is clear, everything is legible. A few of these I have covered before, but not in this exact order. So let's see, I want to read nation. See what it says exactly about nation. It says a people, all right? It's the first thing. It's a people, a nation is a people. It says, or aggregation of men existing in the form of an organized rural society, usually inhabiting a distinct portion of the earth, speaking the same language, using the same customs, possessing historic continuity, and distinguished from other like groups by their racial origin and characteristics, and generally, but not necessarily, living under the same government and sovereignty. All right, that's a nation. First thing, a nation of people. Don't forget the Moors. We are a nation, the indigenous people of this land. Whether or not we have a land or a territory to call our own, even though this government is operating on top of it. But let's check it out. National. All right, I want you to check out what national is. This section though, it says pertaining to and relating to a whole, commonly applied in American law to institutions laws and affairs of the United States or its government, as opposed to those of the several states. But this part is what I want to focus on now. Like the term national, as used in a phrase, national of the United States, is broader than the term citizen. So being a national of the United States, like the Moors are, versus being a citizen of the United States, because we cannot be citizens. All right, let's continue. I want to check on national currency. All right, check it out. It says notes issued by a national bank. All right. And then it says, and by the United States government. Just so you know, the United States government stopped making our currency a very long time ago. They gave that power over to the Federal Reserve, which issues notes as a national bank. All right. So let's check this out. National government. It says, the government of the whole nation as distinguished from that of the local or territorial division of the nation, and also as distinguished from that of a league or confederation. All right, so we all know, or hopefully by now we all know, that the United States was established first under a confederation. All right, the Articles of Confederation to be exact. But it says a national government is different from a league or confederation. All right, so it says a national government is a government of the people of a single state or nation. See, whenever you see or, it's like a slash. So a single state is pretty much a nation. So all the 50 states, the so-called 50 state territories, they can all technically be looked at as a separate nation. And it says united as a community by what is the term a social compact. All right, that would be the union, when the union was formed, and possessing complete and perfect supremacy over persons. All right, when it says persons, and that's artificial persons. All right, artificial persons and things, so far as a federal government is distinguished from a national government by it being the government of a community of independent and sovereign states united by compact. All right, hopefully that makes sense to you. Let's see exactly what it says about nationality. You already know it's all about Moorish nationality navigations, fam. Nationality, that quality or character which arises from the fact of a person's belonging to a nation or state. All right, nationality determines the political status of the individual, especially with reference to allegiance. Who do you owe your allegiance to? While domicile determines his civil status, nationality arises either by birth or by naturalization. According to sovereignty, nationality is also used as opposed to territoriality, or for the purpose of distinguishing the case of a nation having no national territory, as in the Jews, the Jewish people. So you see how they can say the Jews can be distinguished as being a nation or a nation of people without actually having a national territory. You know, Israel is not their national territory. It was given to them. They were placed there. Those people were placed there. But in law, it distinguishes how a nationality is important to distinguish a group of people, even though they don't have a land of their own. All right, so nationalization. All right, let's check out what this is. Just a small section. The nationalization of property is an act which denotes that it has become that of the nation by some process of law, usually by paperwork or contract of some sort. All right, or treaty. That's what I mean. Whereby private individuals or corporations have been, for specific reasons, deprived thereof. All right, let's check it out. A native. All right, so we know about how using this word Native American, or how they like to use the term Native American instead of American Indian, but we know that the Moors, the Aboriginal people here, the indigenous people of the land, are the American Indians, and they are not Native Americans. So let's check out how this word native is used in law. It says a natural born subject. All right, so it automatically puts one into subjection, or citizen, a denizen by birth, one who owes his domicile or citizenship to the fact of his birth within the country referred to. The term may also include one born abroad if his parents were then citizens of the country and not permanently residing in foreign parts. All right, that's native. It just says a natural born subject. Just being born somewhere, you can be native somewhere. Like if a Moorish American, an American Indian, is born of two American indigenous parents, they're born in the territory of Japan. That child, that baby, is a natural born subject and citizen of Japan, but that doesn't mean they're Japanese. You get what I'm saying? That does not make them Japanese just because they were born there. And how that applies to America, just because other nations of people, groups of people are born in America, they think that automatically makes them Americans, but that does not. Only the indigenous Moors, the American Indians, are the true, real Americans. And this pretty much just lets you know. All right, let's check it out. So we got natural right here. Natural is to be distinguished from artificial for the most part. So natural law. I made a video earlier on the word magic, and I was talking about God's law is natural law. All right, so that's why I put that small section in there. Let's see. So natural life. I want to read this part right here. Natural life. The period of a person's existence considered as continuing until termination by physical dissolution or death. See, that's natural death. Or occurring in course of nature. See, that's a natural death. Death occurring in the course of nature. used in contradiction to that juristic and artificial conception of life as an aggregate of legal rights or possessions of a legal personality, which could be terminated by civil death. All right, so there's a difference between natural life, and how it says dissolution by death occurring through course of nature. So if there's a natural life, there's a natural death, just like there is a civil death. All right, that is extinction of personality, which results from entering a monastery or being attainted of treason or felony. So this pretty much states that if you are tried and convicted of treason or convicted of a felony, you are civilly dead. You face civil death. So being a felon here it connects back to that 13th, 14th Amendment in the Constitution, saying that if you're convicted of a felony, you can be enslaved. You pretty much forfeit your life. You're civilly dead. Civile mortuus. Hope that makes sense, and I hope that connection resonates. All right, so last but not least, do I have another one here? All right, so naturalize. To confer citizenship upon an alien, to make a foreigner the same in respect to the rights and privileges as he were a native citizen or subject. This says naturalized citizen, same thing. So when you get naturalized, they become a naturalized citizen. One who, being an alien by birth, has received citizenship under the laws of the state or union. All right, so that's what happens when people come over here. And also when you join the military service, you get naturalized. Here's, look, naturalization. The adopting of a foreigner and clothing him with the privileges of native citizen. All right, check it out. Navigable waters of the United States. I wanted to read this one just because I know I have some people who follow me and they're fishermen. There's some people who like to travel upon the waters and they just want to know about navigable waterways. All right. Navigable waterways are waterways that you can travel through that are natural and you cannot be encumbered and people cannot claim them as being part of their private property. All right. So these waters are navigable waters of the United States when they form in their ordinary condition by themselves or by uniting with other waters to a continued highway, that's a waterway, over which commerce is or may be carried on with other states or foreign countries in the customary modes in which such commerce is conducted by water. All right, so just so you know exactly what navigable waterways are, like canals, channels, streams, stuff like that, all naturally occurring. Okay, so we know this is Moorish nationality navigations. Let's check it out. Navigate: to journey by water, to go in a vessel, to sail or manage a vessel, to use the waters as a highway for commerce and communication. So that's pretty much self-explanatory, right? It goes along with the navigable waters, how you navigate upon the waters. Navigation, the act or the science or the business of traversing the sea or other waters by ship or vessel. All right, any type of seafaring vessel, any type of vessel, you're navigating. You're also navigating if you are in your automobile, fam. The highways and byways of the national highways, the roadways, fam. So your automobile is just like you're navigating, fam. You're navigating. Don't want to make this too long. A part we read earlier about national currency. It said note. All right, so we're going to read. Here's the verb and here's the noun for note. And a unilateral instrument containing an express and absolute promise of signer to pay to a specified person or order or bearer to a definite sum of money at a specific time. All right, so it's pretty much a note is pretty much a bill. It's almost conveying the same language as a bill. It's a promise of a signer to pay something to someone. All right, let's see. Notice. See, a note is not the same as money. It's not the same. A note can be considered like legal tender, negotiable instruments, checks, all that stuff. So notice, information. When you do a notice, I really want to do this just as far as public notice. You're giving some type of information. All right, you're putting someone on notice. You're letting them know. You're making a statement. You're not asking them anything. You're not asking permission. You're pretty much just informing them. All right, information, the result of observations, whether by the sense or the mind, knowledge of the existence of a fact or state of affairs, the means of knowledge. All right, so public notice. You can make public notices on almost all social media platforms because they're open for public access, especially if your profile or your page is set to public. All right. See, public notice. You can also do it by publishing something in like your local newspaper. See, public notice. Notice given to the public generally or to the entire community or to all whom it may concern. All right. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Those are the definitions I have for you today. Hopefully it made sense to you. Hopefully you can connect them where it fits, where it will. Once again, this is your brother Zach Bay, Indigenous American Moor. Peace.